Imagine a plane holding 300 passengers going missing in the middle of a seemingly normal flight. There's no trace of either the passengers, the pilot, or even the plane anywhere. Now imagine that your brother was on that flight. Now think about a game that would blur the lines between fiction and reality, combining disappearance, mystery, a monster, and a plane crash. The Dharma Initiative alternate reality game offers all of these elements and more. Let me explain. An alternate reality game, or an ARG, is an interactive narrative that uses the real world as a platform to deliver a story that users can participate in through ideas, actions, and collaboration. These games have started to become increasingly popular and a more prevalent way to advertise an upcoming project, like a movie or a TV show, possibly a video game, or even a new band. The ABC network has created a new television show called Lost that's scheduled to premiere this fall. The Dharma Initiative project will come out in August to promote the show in a unique and intriguing way, just in time and leading up to the premiere of the show. The game itself revolves around Liam Pace. He's a young man who is the lead singer of a famous rock band called Drive Shaft. To get the audience initially interested in the band and in Liam 2 weeks before the beginning of the game, Drive Shaft will have a complete, usable website. This is an example or a mock-up of what the possible Drive Shaft website would kind of look like. ABC will also partner with Apple to make Drive Shaft songs to be on the top 10 song downloads on iTunes. This will create an initial buzz around the band and the band members. After these 2 weeks of the band becoming popular on its own, a news report will be released, and it will tell the public that Oceanic Flight 815 has mysteriously disappeared on its journey from Sydney, Australia to Los Angeles, California. The newscast will seem completely legitimate, and it will include an interview with Liam from the band, whose brother Charlie, who is the guitarist of Drive Shaft, and he was a passenger on the flight. So in the interview with Liam, he seems really distraught and confused and doesn't really understand. He tells his fans to visit his video blog because he's going to be posting any information that he hears, and they can all talk about how much they miss Charlie and what's going on. So at the end of the news report, a mysterious company called the Dharma Initiative sponsors the news report. This will hopefully appear unusual to the public since news reports aren't really generally sponsored by anyone specific. This is where viewer interaction becomes essential to the game. Ideally, a large number of participants will go to Liam's video blog website where they can post comments, email Liam directly, and watch his videos. As the videos continue, Liam becomes more and more suspicious of the plane disappearing into nowhere. He tells viewers he just doesn't feel right, and he can tell stronger and more effective efforts are not being taken to find the plane, and he just doesn't believe what the media is saying. So he starts to mention that he doesn't feel right about it. At this point, viewers might have discovered the Dharma Initiative website on their own since it was at the end of the news report. If this is true, some viewers might mention it to Liam through a comment or an email. If this does happen, then Liam will address those comments and talk about it in his videos. But if this doesn't happen, Liam will, quote-unquote, discover the website himself, and he'll make a video saying that he can't really help but think that Dharma is linked because of this news report and the sponsorship of it. So he thinks Dharma is totally involved with what happened to Charlie, and maybe this has something to do with the plane crash. This is an example of what one of Liam's videos could look like.
Hey guys, it's Liam. I only have a second. I just wanted to give you a quick update. I've been rewatching the news report about Flight 815 disappearing, and at the end there's something kind of weird. The report is sponsored by something called the DharmaInitiative.com. I don't know about you all, but I've never known a news report to have a specific sponsor. I have to get to brand practice now, but try to check it out later, and I'll read your post and update again. Thanks guys, later.
At this point, either viewers have found the Dharma website on their own, or Liam will have to, quote-unquote, discover the website and lead them to it. Dharma is a large-scale communal research compound where scientists and freethinkers from around the globe conduct research in a secret location. The president, Dr. Chang, keeps an online journal of what's going on there. A lot of his posts are really vague and just about simple things going on, But as the posts become more and more recent, he starts to show some concern. A lot of his people have started to disappear, and he is getting really freaked out by a few things that are happening in this location. He also says that his calling system is down, and this blog is the only way that he can reach the outside world. So after a few more of these posts, he reaches out claiming that he's really worried about the safety of him and the people he's with. He begs the readers to contact his colleagues in order to discover more information about his whereabouts. Liam isn't really sure why, but he strongly believes that this is important. So he and the players go on this mission, and they are given a series of phone numbers and email contacts, and they have to contact 4 of Dr. Chang's colleagues spread out all throughout the United States. What's different about this rather than other ARGs is that the players actually have to combine and interact with each other to get all of the information. And the most important information from each colleague is only given to a player who meets with the colleague in person. Also, it will be an actor that they have to go and meet, and they'll get the most important information, and they'll all collaborate onto Liam's blog site. For time purposes, I won't get into all the details, but it will be a complex, interactive game that will ultimately lead to one of the colleagues named Charles Whitmore being the most important contact, and he will lead Liam back to the island that they have discovered Dharma and the plane Flight 815 has landed on, and Charlie is still alive. As Liam is thanking the fans in a final video blog, the blog will cut out and it will launch into a trailer for the TV show, which will begin with the plane crash, and it will show Charlie crawling from the ashes of the plane, and all of the players will recognize him from the drive shaft videos and website. The game leaves a sense of mystery and a cliffhanger, just as the show does. The players will be rewarded with 2 extensive trailers, the one starting with Charlie and then another regular kind of trailer for the TV show. They'll also receive a box with mysterious items from the show's first season. ABC's website will have a page where viewers can upload pictures of what they received, and as season 1 airs, the items are revealed to the audience, and there will be kind of a forum that they can talk about it with. This keeps a level of interest after the game has ended and will prompt players to become viewers of the show. This ARG will stand apart from other ARGs in the past in that the main 2 characters are being plagued by the mystery and trying to solve it side by side with the audience. The clues are unlocked as the game goes and as the players come to certain conclusions. For example, how the Dharma website will be revealed through Liam if players don't find it on their own. This allows the game to morph and shape depending on the players and the interaction that comes about. Players are also escalating the level of interaction through meeting with actual actors in real life, and it's not just a virtual world anymore. The target audience for the Dharma Initiative ranges from young adults to senior citizens. It could really be anybody who knows how to use the internet and who has access to email or a phone. It doesn't have to be a cell phone, it can also be a landline. The user will probably also need to have some sort of an interest in mystery or science fiction just to be drawn into this sort of game initially. The reason that the game is never fully solved is because that's how the show operates. Since the show is so mysterious on its own, the game follows the concepts side by side. They leave the viewer and user wanting more, which will lead them hopefully to watching the show episode to episode. ARGs have been successful in the past in similar situations, one of which was the first well-known ARG, which was a promotional event for Steven Spielberg's movie AI, Artificial Intelligence, and this was called The Beast. This game began in a similar way to the Dharma Initiative in that there was a strange listing in the credits for the trailer, and players researched this, and they also came across a couple of other things that all led to the players being immersed in this completely virtual world where it seemed real to them. The ARG spiraled from 150 players to 40,000. Brands are always looking for new and innovative ways for consumers to be interested in their products, and from these past successes, I would believe that the Dharma Initiative project has a high potential for becoming successful. The Dharma Initiative mainly uses the internet for the game platform. 87% of teenagers use the internet and 66% of adults do, which is always a rising number, and this makes it a prime location for the basis of the game. The Dharma Initiative ARG blurs the lines of reality and fiction. It fully immerses players in an imaginary environment full of intrigue and mystery. Audiences are drawn to dramatics. A plane crash, a possible government conspiracy, a rock band, all of these elements make for an interest level merely by their definitions. I hope that you can all see the potential in this game for becoming a really new and innovative and interactive marketing campaign. Thank you.